Barrel rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno-monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 20th of the 4th, 2021. The time is 0500 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, so yesterday, Monday the 19th, we had a positive opposed driver in the pound at 286, plus 286. Front and back door flows mainly coming out of the dollar at minus 283. Next out of the yen at minus 9, and the euro was the positive rock at plus 6. Activity plus or minus 292. Notice that basically the activity was centered around the pound and the dollar yesterday. Right, intra-week then, this is from Monday open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a negative driver in the dollar, minus 320. Front and back door flows mainly going into the pound at plus 311, into the euro plus 54, and the yen was the negative rock at minus 45. Activity plus or minus 365. Intraday then, this is what's happened in the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the euro at plus 47. Front and back door flows mainly coming out of the yen at minus 41, out of the dollar minus 36, and the pound is a positive rock at plus 30. Activity plus or minus 77. Right, what's going to knock it about? Well, we've had the Chinese interest rates with no change. GBP claimant count coming up today, NZD CPI. Tomorrow we've got the Australian retail sales, the GBP CPI and the CAD Bank of Canada rates decision. And Thursday we've got the ECB rates decision. So it's very busy, very lots of tier 1 data, 2 rates decisions, etc. So let's look what's been happening in the flows. So let's get rid of this. Our trades are at about break even. We've had to do a bit of footwork on them. We're still at about 80% scaled. They are very stubborn. We're up to about 500 points yesterday at one point, and now we're about break even. Right, so what have we got? Euro. The euro complex is strong, except for CAD, AUD, NZD. The yen is weak, except against the dollar. The pound is weak, except against the dollar, the yen, and the Swiss. And the Swiss is weak, except against the yen and the dollar. The CAD is strong, except against the AUD and the NZD. The AUD is strong across the board. The NZD is strong, except against the AUD, and the dollar is weak across the board. So what have we got? We've got dollar weakness again. We've got AUD strength. And you can see the commodity currencies are in play basically with the way they're lining up. Right, so let's have a look at what's been happening in the asset classes, and then we can make some analysis and finish off. Right, so US dollar index, basically it broke and then it's come right down. It's 0.4 off our model floor, so it's the dollar's quite weak as you said. So, and gold is basically you can draw it. It had a double top. It's come back and it's basically where the previous support was, which is also 0.4 from the model floor. Oil came off after OPEC and it's now 0.25 from the high, so it's come back basically quite a bit. Wall Street broke and it stayed high. S&P had a double top, broke and it's there. Tech the tech broke and it's now just come back and it's just above the previous resistance. What else have we got? US 10-year and the band. The US 10-year, this is the price, remember, is 0.4 from the floor, so price has come back up, yields have come off, and the band is 0.27 from the floor. So relatively, European yields are stronger than US yields at the moment. Copper, copper had these 5 pumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Came back to the second pump, went to base camp, and it's now operating right back at the 4.5 pump. And we suggested that copper was likely to recover, and it has. US steel basically sold off at the double top, came up, and it's now still relatively weak, but it's 0.4 from the high, so it's come back quite a bit. Right, let's just get rid of this and then we'll finish off. So we've got a lot of information in the tube to come out this week. Analysts are all over the place, particularly on the CAD. You know, people are likewise trading all over the place at the moment. We're short USD dollar against the euro, the pound and the AUD, and we're short NZD against the euro, the pound, the CAD and the AUD. Right, basically these trades are about to take off. We're about 80% scaled. We're moving into a situation where the macro ducks are lining up, and so you should see a good ramp up in the AUD. You should see a good ramp up in the CAD at the expense of the New Zealand dollar in relative terms, I hasten to add. And the dollar may get a slight bounce back, but basically the dollar going forward this week, they've deflated the dollar. The market's woken up to the debasement of the dollar. They're printing 55 cents on the dollar, and regardless of the strong data, which is basically stimulus induced, that's what you've got to get your head round, is the fact that you've got this deliberate policy to deflate the debt away. Right, okay, hope that was useful. See you tomorrow for daily briefing. Thank you very much.